Today on Twon Used Car Don, I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace a battery in a 2014 Ford Escape. Hopefully, you don't have a 2014 Ford Escape because these vehicles are absolutely garbage. So, with that being said, this is not like any other quick battery removal and replacement. This is ridiculous. Because when you do this removal and replacement, you actually have to take off the engine cowl right here. I don't know why that guy like sometimes people will literally wait until I pull the camera out to do a video and then start talking to me. Maybe one day I'll have my own shop. So first you start off by taking these two bolts off, and you actually still have to take the wiper blades off for this. Yes, crazy. So you just simply prop these little tabs off, and under it is a 15 millimeter bolt. And I'm going to show you this on both sides because I am actually filming this, holding it with one hand and doing it with the other hand. You're not going to get a full how to removal and replace, but you're actually going to get the gist of it because I left my tripod at home for my new little camera that follows me everywhere I go. But I will use that in future videos. And after you do that, anyways, you have to take the wipers off. And the wiper blades off, you actually got to pry down on them to pop them off. And let's take out these two little torque bits. I think it's like a 15 torque bit, and you just pop those screws out. When you're doing these jobs, make sure you put all your screws into a place where you can't lose them. And I placed them right there. Not a hard job, but it's just not a straightforward job. It's like, why did you have to do this job here? And it's simply, you just can't pry up on the wiper, so it's good to just bump them slowly and lift on it after you take the 15 millimeter bolt out. And you got to wiggle them a little bit. Don't pry them because you can break the windshield. I repeat, don't force these. Just wiggle it just a little bit like so by bending it up. And it actually takes two hands. Like I said, for this video, I couldn't show you me actually doing them, but you see how I bump them slightly, and they were pretty much loose and ready to go. So after I took that out, you got 10 millimeter bolts all along. I think it's actually four of them, one on each side, one in the middle. Not a hard job, but a stupid job. And I figured like you could have put this battery somewhere else. I think some Dodges actually put the battery under the tire, so under the driver tire. So that's got to be one of the worst spots to put a battery. This is almost the second, and pretty much any BMW, Mercedes Benz, I don't know, for some reason they like to just make their batteries complicated. But here, there it is. There's the engine cowl out, and there's the other piece out. I had to do all of this to remove the battery, and there is the battery. And if you're doing the inspection, or if you own a Ford Escape, it's best to, when you go to the shop right before cold weather season starts, and if you know you haven't had a battery, say you had that vehicle for 3 years and you haven't had a battery in 3 years, the next cold winter time comes, it would behoove you to replace your battery. And it's just two 10 millimeter bolts holding down the strap. And then the battery is actually 10 millimeters too. For the back, you have to get a wrench to take it off. And be careful when you're doing any battery not to connect the power to the ground with your wrench because you could arc yourself. And loosen it like so, and you just take the negative terminal off. When I do all batteries, I take the negative terminal off first and I wedge it in a place between two pieces of plastic so it will not provide, so it can't get power to provide to the battery while the battery's still hooked, the positive cable. And here I'm going to try to like just muscle this out with my one hand because I'm still trying to do this for video purposes for you. But yeah, you can see underneath the battery where the acid was. And I'm going to struggle for a minute, I'm not going to lie, until I figure out I'm not going to like just palm it out like a basketball, but I had to just pull it out. And there's your battery. And that's how you replace it. And man, yeah, it's stupid. And you know what? This battery has been in since 2021. So if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to Twon and Use Car Dot.